Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Old Big Jim coming at y'all from the bog down here in South Mississippi. Welcome to my home, the Casa de Barlow. Trying a new angle on my camera here. Hope we can get that in there. Sometimes I feel like I'm looking right in y'all's eyes. Well, I guess I am. Anyway, thankful Thursday, okay? I have a lot to be thankful for. I really do. And I have a couple of cutters that we're going to talk about. Yeah, we got two. One of them has to do with, well, all of them have to do with my friends. But before we start that, y'all know that Brother Harold and Miss the Barlow Queen, Miss Shell, they're on the road today. She has a doctor's appointment and trying to get her hand straightened out, and we're hoping for a blessing there. They've got they have concerns about things pertaining to that, and I understand that completely because I'm sometimes in that same situation, so I understand. And so y'all throw one up. Also, y'all keep driver 38. Y'all keep him in your prayers now. From every, I get out there and beat the stumps and try to listen to what messages come back. And from what I understand, he's out there. I don't think he's running laps, but I think he's out there in the garden. And he ain't ready. He ain't ready for that 12 speed yet, I don't think. But 15 speed or whatever it is he drives. But he called him Driver 8 because that's what he does, man. He's a truck driver. And but anyway, y'all keep Matt in your prayers. Keep throwing something. Don't forget Brother Tim School of Fish. I could probably think of 15 other people that we need to pray for. But the main thing is when you sit down to pray, just pray for everybody. I try to make sure that when I do it, I ask the Lord to guide everybody in a respectful and a responsible way, to give them the information and the knowledge they need to make proper decisions that move them on through life. Okay, Max. Well, I went to the post office a while ago. I had to send a package out to another feller in El Dorado, and got that out, got that busting bug, so it's out there, it's moving through the system now. It might take 2 days, and it might take 2 weeks, but it's out there. We got a little swap-o, trade-o thing going on, but I sent him what we traded for, and there might be something else in that box. Well, he is a member, now the guy that's getting this box, now he is a member of the Barlow Brigade field tester group, so I'd put a couple of items in there for him to do a little field test on, and of course he can keep them after he does that. I sent him, it's a tongue-in-cheek gift kind of thing. I'm a member of his staff, and I feel sure there may be a video coming back on that. I know there's gonna be one on the one that he sent me. Because I'm gonna have to rub it and get it. It's a user. That's fine. I love rubbing. I've been rubbing on knives all day today already. So that ain't nothing but a thing. And y'all may have noticed that I have not done any types of repair, and that's because I have been hampered. Y'all know I use my little cordless Dremel tool. That I bought at a yard sale. I think I give $10, $12 for it. Well, it finally gave up the boat. Now, when I got it, it didn't have a battery, so I had to buy a battery and a charger and all that. And they got a little kit there at Walmart where you can buy the same thing. Of course, it comes with a battery, and there ain't gonna be nothing wrong with having 2 batteries. Comes with some little bit kit, probably ain't worth that very much, but anyway, that's on the. If we do good, and that's if I do good at the barn sale, which starts tomorrow, I'll be there at 6 o'clock. Me and Brother Rex we're gonna chop it up If y'all like knives and y'all are in the South Mississippi area, if y'all within an hour or two of this place, man, you need to get in there because they got everything from pigeon roost to xylophones. Trust me, it's there. I think Brother Rex said he had like 80 plus pieces of cast iron that he's gonna have in his booth. Daisy BB guns. He named off 6, 7, 8, 12 things that I couldn't sit here and tell you every one of them, but the Daisy guns was getting there. Of course, he's gonna have his full pile of Rough Riders. He's running a special. I think you get one for $20, and then I think if you buy multiples, they'll go down from there. So y'all, if y'all in the South Mississippi area, y'all should probably come on by the bus in Purvis, Mississippi. Now that's kind of it has a Purvis address, but it's actually listed or in the southwest area of Hattiesburg. So y'all get in there where you put in there. Okay, Max. I went to the post office, mailed out that thing. I lost my train of thought there. Y'all know how I do that. Sometimes I have that wandering mind. But anyway, I went to the post office. When I came back, my neighbor had put a pile of sheetrock scraps that he had, we got a place right across the road from my house where we place all our debris that the city has agreed to pick up. We have a deal where they got a little boom truck with a grapple on it, and it comes by and picks all the stuff, whether it be, big stuff that you're just trying to get rid of or whatever. As long as it's like paint or tires or anything like that, they'll pick it up. Well, he's got a little pile of sheetrock out there that he'd redone an area of his house. And when I come around the curve, coming back from the house, there's old Max out there doing an inspection. So I'm going to stop the video, and I'm going to put you a picture of Max doing his inspector duties. And then there may or may not be a picture of Milo that would follow that one right there. And when we come back, we're going to be set up on the tabletop, and we'll get into these couple of knives that I'm going to share with y'all. One of them is from my family down at Deep South Cutlery, and the other one is one that I got on the Rosecraft second sale. And I think y'all be interested to see that. I finally found, it took me 2 days, but I finally found what was wrong with it, and got it. I call it a repair, but I hate to call it that because it's not really a repair. But anyway, as soon as I get my Dremel tool, whether I can find a used one or say an electric one or whatever I find. I mean, if I come up with enough funds, I'll have me one probably over the weekend. I just don't know yet. I don't know how things. It may not sell nary an eye. Might sell a whole box. So, but I got them. I got them to sell. Brother Rex has got them. If y'all need a pocket knife, y'all need to get over there to the barn sale. All right, I'm gonna put them pictures in here, and we'll be right back. All right, everybody. I guess y'all can see old Max was he was doing, he every time he gets a pile of trash out there, he gets out there and does an inspection and make sure he gets it where it, make sure that the people from the city are gonna be able to get it picked up right. He's a pretty good inspector. Old Max and me, we've been down the road a couple times now. I can tell you that right now. Well, this morning when I did my little, I do my little what you toting every morning, and when I did this morning, this knife caused quite a stink. Had several people make comments about it. Now I picked this up at the show here in Wiggins. I guess that's been about 2 weeks ago, and it's a 5-inch Bolden Hunter. I guess we'll call that some kind of wood. I don't know what it is. But the only thing on it right there, it says Sheffield steel or stainless. And it has the Sheffield stamping. That's the stamping. Nothing on the back side of it. But just an outstanding Bolden hunter. Now, I paid $7 for these. Now, I'll see these things out in the wild and pick them up, and I just don't. I can't. I can't pass them up. Now I know. I mean, and don't get me wrong. Now I got buck 110s. I got buck 112s. I got all that. You know what I'm saying? But if I had let's say a 13 or 14 or 15-year-old that was fixing to go on his first deer hunt, and he sits down on the ground in a deer blind, and pocket knife falls out of his pocket, and you never find it again. What do you want him to lose, man? You want him to lose a $6 or $7 Sheffield, or do you want him to lose a $65 buck 110? I mean, I understand, give him the buck 110. Make sure he's got it. But put the Sheffield in the sheath whenever you take him hunting. Because there ain't no need leaving a brand new buck 110 out in the woods where it'll sit there for the rest of its life and probably never be seen again. So, anyway, knife, I wasn't really going to talk about that knife, but that's how old Big Jim rolled. Anyway, the next knife we're going to talk about in the Ham Bone Blades display right there is this. Now, I got one of these, and I've been carrying this quite a bit. This is a large sodbuster, and it's made by Bear & Son. I think it's called the hold on, let me get it in there. It's called the C138, okay? And it's just a straight, it's not a lockback, but it does have a half stop. No, it doesn't. Doesn't have a half stop. I had to cut one in it. But anyway, if you're a large sodbuster guy, and look at that one right there. Got the old Deep South Cutlery logo in the outdoors. Brother Seth's been putting a lot of coon hunting videos up there, y'all. Of course, this one I ain't got it all teenered up yet or nothing. It's just bread. It comes in the regular old Bear & Son box. Got the little velvet pouch and all that in it. But y'all pick these up down there at Deep South probably for about somewhere in the $20 range. And once again, it ain't the end of the world knife, but I can promise you that carbon steel will get blistering sharp. Okay, so and tonight being Thursday, y'all know tonight is the night where Brother Seth and Jawan Stubbs and Billy Ray and Joe and Brother Kalen, the whole crew down there at Deep South Cutlery today or tonight at 6 o'clock, they'll have an auction. And it's on Facebook. And you got to get on there and follow Billy Ray and Angela Bond on Facebook. Or you could call the number right there on the screen. Excuse me. And they'll fill you in on how to get on there and get in the auction. Just a wonderful, wonderful family, group of individuals, and some of the best pocket knives in the world. And the reason I'm thankful is today, I always go down on Thursday and I do a walkthrough just so I can see what's going to be available tonight. Because if there's something in there that I think HT wants, or something in there that I think Aaron Williams wants, I will call him, text him, take a picture, send it to him. Don Hofroggy. I sent him a picture of a knife not too long ago, and he was all over it. So it is what it is. Okay, so Bear & Son, I am a great, 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 great fan of the Bear & Son knife. Right now, probably the second best knife company in America, behind Buck Knives only, and not very far behind. Brother Ken Griffey over there, the owner, it's just an outstanding company. They stand behind the product, and they will, from what I understand, Mr. Griffey will be at Ellaville, the knife show, put on by the knife doctor, Kevin Bentley. He will be there, and I think he's going to be autographing some knives. Don't hold me to that. Don't quote me. I just don't know, but I know he's going to be there because I've spoke with Kevin Bentley about it, and he told me that he was going to be there. Okay, what's next? Well, Rosecraft blades. Now, if y'all have, y'all know anything about knives or y'all like knives, Rosecraft blades is a high quality product. Just an outstanding company. Andy Armstrong, great designer. Of course, when we talk about this knife, may have a disagreement, but I am not the person to tell Andy Armstrong anything about pocket knife. This is a second, signified by the 2, and it is a Rosecraft blade, Loosey-Hatchy Jack, and I can't see that through the camera. It is a RCT, which stands for Rosecraft Traditional 010 Stag. Okay, standard box, comes in the box there. Now, there was no paper in it because it had been taken out and it had been inspected. And when they put it back in there, they didn't put the that paper back in there. We're gonna set that right there. All right. Now it came in this sleeve right here, just a plain old white sleeve like every other Rosecraft blade, and written right there in Mother's in the world English is crack. Okay, so I have coon fingered this knife. I have coon fingered it. I have loved on it. It is my friend, and since this knife came in, it has lived in this Aaron Williams slip. Now this was this was a user that he sent to me very early on in our relationship. And absolutely perfect slip for a Barlow. I actually call it the Aaron Williams Barlow slip. And I have carried this thing until my eyes are crossed. It's not going anywhere. And for right now, this knife lives in this slip and will remain to live in that slip until something, it's not going to, if I tote this knife, it's going to be in this slip. Okay. Period. Now, I told y'all that this was a second, and to find the second, it took me 3 sessions to finally find it. Just a beautiful knife. I can't tell y'all enough about the Rosecraft blades. I can sit here and expound and tell y'all and this and that and the other. Now, Mr. Armstrong calls this a jack. And the only reason that I think he calls it a jackknife is because of the blade shape. It's not a normal Barlow, but that's what I call this. It's a little long, but the bolster is 1/3 the length of the knife, so it fits as far as the Barlow, the pattern, but I just don't think this is more of a California clip, and a traditional Barlow just had a regular clip blade in it. Not the upswept, but but like this. And if I had another Barlow, I don't have another Barlow here, but let's say the little Imperial that I had in my pocket now, I ain't even took the sticker off of it. I don't care. But anyway, if I had the little Barlow, the Imperial Barlow that I carried this morning in my pocket, you'll notice the blade difference, or the difference in the blade is extreme. So I think this blade shape is why my brother from the other mother, Andy Armstrong, calls this a jackknife. Now, wonderful half stop. Walk and talk's just unbelievable. Now, and I'm gonna have to get to where I can, if y'all can see, right here. Y'all see that little? I call it. I don't call that a crack, but I guess it is a crack. A crack to me would come from the pin through all of this and come down to me. That's a crack. But their standards are so high. So what I did is I took some Gorilla Glue, the kind that just squirts out. It's not a mixture kind. And I put a little bit on my finger and I rubbed it in there, and I waited a second. I put a little more on my finger and I rubbed it in there. And I waited a second. I put a little more on my finger and I rubbed it in there. And then I hit that with some 2500 sandpaper, just enough to where you can't feel it. And I personally I don't think anything's going to fall out of there. I just don't, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's repaired. And this will be a toter. This will be something I tote. Unbelievable. I don't know if I'm strong enough to. I'm not. Unreal. Unbelievable. All right, everybody. There's y'all some cutters. We got in there where we fit in there. Don't forget to go to Deep South. Don't forget to keep Brother Tim, Driver 38, Mac, Miss Shell, Brother Harold and their journey. Keep all these people in your prayers. Y'all pray for everybody at Deep South Cutlery because they're hard-working family, great family, great people, great Christians. Can't say anything more about them. So I want all of y'all to know that Jesus Christ is Lord in my life. Always keep a Band-Aid handy. And rule number 9.